Hello, my beautiful Virgos. Welcome back to Queen Cup Tarot. I am just shuffling up right now, getting ready to do your May 2020 tarot readings. For those that are new, welcome. It's an absolute privilege and honor to connect, read for you, ascend with you. Please like, share, subscribe. It is much appreciated. And for those that are returning, I miss you guys wholeheartedly. It's been such a crazy time, but like this time is really a miracle. It really is God. I hope you guys aren't giving all this power to the devil with regards to what's going on collectively, because the devil don't have that kind of power. Remember, the devil creates illusions, right, that are going to get you to not see the silver lining, the serendipity, understanding why the divine would actually be orchestrating something like this. And it's tower energy, right? We saw a lot of tower energy last year in the readings, and everybody was kind of looking at it like individually, and they weren't actually seeing it as a collective tower moment. I mean, I didn't. I was looking at it like some shit's gonna go down, and it did go down, but it didn't go down in the way I thought, right? And it also, you know, all the work you did to learn how to surrender in your journey also got you to surrender to the circumstances around you. So for many of you, things didn't really change, and if they did change, you were not in resistance of it. You were embracing the change. Why? Because you aligned yourself for whatever change is occurring and had to surrender to God about how it was going to come in. So a lot of you are seeing, whether it was losing jobs or ending relationships or whatever it was, as blessings. You know what I mean? Because of your understanding of surrender, and also because of where you've been downloading you should be, which this alignment might have gotten you, pulled you away from. Other people are bringing in ace energy. I got a lot of ace energy in the readings, even on the personals, right? So that to me is that manifestation energy where people are bringing in, okay, these aces, which mark the beginning of either A, their new timeline, or B, the beginning of going around their karmic timeline, their old karmic timeline again, whether it's with the same person, a different person, in the same job or career field, but in a different, say the same career field in a different place. Like, I'm not sure, because I was getting that split, right? I was also getting a lot of Two of Pentacles energy where people were juggling between the old version of them and the new version of them. A lot of you guys, some of you guys don't realize that the juggling energy, especially with regards to people, even jobs, guys, when people are juggling opportunities or people, they're not necessarily juggling, they're juggling the path. So a lot of the times people take it personally, like somebody didn't pick me, when really they didn't pick the path that you had chose. And in your old karmic cycle, when you were a karmic, you would abandon your own path in order to be chose or to keep a relationship or whatever the case is. And it looks like, Virgo, from the energies that are coming in, you didn't sacrifice your path. So whether you were juggling things and whether you dropped things that you were juggling in order to really solidify yourself to the new path, whether you were being juggled, I don't know. I'm just getting this energy. Some of you are doing this now. Okay. We'll go into prayer, guys. You guys can timestamp and all that good stuff. And I know I didn't even finish the intro, but the messages are just coming in. There's a bit of a backlog because I miss you guys, you know? But yeah, there is this, I don't know, now I lost my train of thought. There's this, this juggling energy. And some of you guys, some of you guys are doing that right now. Some of you guys are looking at two options and you're looking past the option, and you are, because you're awakened now, you can actually see far enough a bit into the path. Like you're resonating with the path that's linked to the option or the person. And I'm tapping into this third party energy, right? But this third party energy is really somebody juggling between the old version of them and the new version of them, the karmic path and the new timeline that they've been trying to manifest. So it looks like, I'm looking at it from, some of you are in third party situations. So you're looking at two partners and you're seeing your life play out in two different ways with two people. It's almost like your psychic abilities are kind of giving you glimpses into the future. And that is, those glimpses in the future are to help you align yourself, right? So some of you guys are not just because some of you guys are more, because you look for love outside of yourself, you're focused more on the feeling, the fulfillment that you're getting in the immediate. And there's a sense of like, my grandma used to say, Destiny, you need to mind your company because you can fall in love with anybody. And that's really true. And in my old karmic timeline, I would fall in love with people, or allow or accept love from people, give my love, commit my love, with being ignorant to the path. Some of you guys are not. Some of you guys are looking at options and have awoken. The divine allowed you to see clearly, even if it came in as a tower moment, that you are about to commit to a path. So as a magician, everybody has magician energies. Your pentacle, your sword, your wand, and your pentacle, your sword, your wand, and your cup. Wherever you invest these parts of yourself is where you are going to manifest. And I just see some of you guys juggling, whether you are going to invest your efforts to give the old karmic cycle, whether with an old person or a new person, another go, or if you are going to have faith in a reality that you haven't seen. You've been downloaded. There's an inner knowing, there's an inner yearning and desire, and the divine is asking you to invest your sword, your cup, your pentacle, and your wand into your faith, which will materialize in the new world. So that's what I'm saying. Some of you guys are already bringing down aces into your new timeline because you invested your passion, desires, your time, your money, your efforts. You let your inner truth live, and you let your love live in whatever it was you believed in. And now you're seeing how that energy comes back to you. What you put out, you get back. Some of you guys put your energy in and did not align yourself to a new timeline. You were trying to create a new timeline with an old karmic cycle because you didn't want to go through what was necessary to tear down the illusions and shed your ego, the ego that allowed you, the ego that made that karmic cycle make sense. Because when you remove yourself from your karmic cycle, the way you used to move, live in love, function with your money doesn't make sense to you. Well, of course not, because you were unawakened. You were spending money in your sleep. You were making decisions in love while you were asleep. Some of you guys are awakened now, but you're awoke. You woke up and you have two options. There are really two paths. Whether these two paths are being offered to you by career, by people, by relocation options, by, I don't know what it is. I just see God saying, what are you ready for now? Where do you want to invest all your tools as a magician? And the reason why you would think that, well, of course, nobody wants to invest in the old karmic cycle, you'd be surprised. It is very hard investing all these parts of yourself in reality, in 3D, into something that you cannot see, touch, and feel yet. See, touch, it's not there yet. It's ultimately the full zero energy, taking a leap of faith into God and what you're being divinely guided. And it's not just, oh, I believe it. It's okay. So if you believe it, put your wand on the table, put your pentacle on the table, put your cup, and put your sword. That's what God's saying. It's easier to put your energy into something you know that's familiar. So it's coming out of this comfort zone, taking a leap of faith to come out of the comfort that the karmic cycle offers to go into the awkwardness of the unknown. And through your journey, there should be this sense of fearlessness because you're connected to God now, and Source gives you that energy. And the reason why you need to be fearless, because God's going to tell you to take a leap over a cliff, essentially. Right? But it's not a risk. It's faith. I don't really believe in risk. I don't really take risks. I take leaps of faith in life. Okay? So it's like, unless God's telling me to hurl myself off of the cliff, I ain't doing it. I don't care who is. So yeah, then there's that. All right, some of you are realizing what your follower energy, or the energy, some of you guys, I felt that energy months ago that some of you guys pulled away from the crowd. I keep time stamping, I'll go into this. Some of you guys pulled away from the crowd. You didn't want to be a follower anymore. You realized that you were follow fashioning family members that were perpetuating karmic cycles, that your social groups were just a reflection of society, entertainment. There was nothing authentic and genuine. Everybody was just kind of copying each other. There was this sense of following, and I felt that Virgo was going out of being a follower and going into being a leader. And some of you guys are going to really get to see what you're positioning, pulling away from the crowd and going into putting your, I feel like it's that magician energy, putting all of your resources and faith into something different, and it's now reaping results. So anyways, guys, yeah, 2 of Cups. Some of you guys are juggling options. For some of you, you're being juggled. I need you to understand this person isn't juggling you. They're juggling you, but for some of you, the reason why people do third parties and like don't commit to either is because they love both people. It's the path that these people are on. People intuitively can feel where you're going. It's like, you know, when somebody's going down a dark path, no different, and then divine telling you, like, do you want to go down this dark path with this person? And you being like, probably not. No different than this person has a good path in front of you. Them. Do you love yourself enough? Do you see yourself? Do you believe you? I feel like there's a third party situation, regardless of where you're at, whether you are juggling options in life that are being reflected in 2 people, or you are one of those paths. For some of you, the third party is a higher vibrational version of you and a lower vibrational version of you being reflected into 2 different people, and the divine's asking you to pick. And essentially, it's you deciding your path, living a lower vibrational relationship because it looks more familiar. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you can't help yourself. You're going to be attracted to you. And if you are vibing low or are still going through really tough karmic cycles, you're going to bring the people to you who are a reflection of that. So I just see that some of you guys are at this precipice where you're having to decide who you are, but more so where you're ready to go. And that is being reflected to you in 2 jobs or 2 people. All right? All right, guys. Yeah, and then there's conflict mentally with the 5 of Swords. There's conflict mentally about that. Because, of course, this could be with the 2 of Cups and the 5 of Swords. This could be conflict with an actual partner. Sorry, I'm like foaming already. I've been so dehydrated. I don't know why. I'm purging still and stuff like that in this new space. I'll tell you guys about it. I have to go live and really chat with you guys and catch up. But anyways, yeah, I feel like this conflict is more mental conflict surrounding the path than it is the person or the actual opportunity. I mean, they're one and the same. It's just like seeing further than the opportunity. Like, this is going to lead me here because in your karmic cycle, there was signs that showed you where this was going to lead. And now you are exactly there, or you did get to that point. So you already learned lessons, guys. I'm gathering that. That's why there's this conflict. Because before there was no conflict when you first went on the old karmic cycle, it was just this inner feeling. It was you were drawn to the karmic energy because you were drawn to learning those lessons and ascending your soul. Where now it's more so conflict because you already learned this lesson. It's now a matter of loving yourself enough to do something different. So what are you going to pick, right? Because I think some of you manifested old and new options at the same time. Because I think you told God, I needed to see it. I don't know. So God's showing you, or did. Or some of you, you're the third person. And you're needing to realize, like, some of you are really hurt. I can feel some of you not understanding why you were not chosen. You're taking it personally. I need you to love God first, because essentially the path that you picked is what somebody is struggling with regards to you. It's a path that God's been, and their ancestors and guides have been getting them to try to do and love themselves enough to do. So you're just a reflection of that, what their ancestors are trying to get them to do. And they might be struggling with another relationship, which is that devil karmic energy. Not that the person is the devil. It's a reflection of the same old low vibrational shit. Right? So I'm just seeing that 14:14 on the clock. All right, it's time to get into prayer and get into it. Oh yeah, so for those that do want to book personal readings with me, I know, what an intro, right? I have to let them go. Sometimes the intro might come halfway through. You know, I'm going to try to do them at the beginning, but if you guys time stamp them anyways, what's the difference? I can just do them whenever I want. Anyway, If you would like to book personal readings, please see below in the description my email address. My readings are all live. They're not pre-recorded, okay? I have the PayPal link inside, so when you go and you click on the calendar link, it'll include in the calendar the PayPal. So you'll pay, you'll book in the availability, you'll get an email confirmation, which will have my contact details, confirmation of the time. There's also an option to add it into your calendar if you want, because then you'll get like a ding so that you won't forget your appointment. And if you want, I have an extension to the YouTube. It's a Patreon platform where I do daily readings and general readings and weekly love readings. So they're like miniature versions of these ones here with just regards to the energies, more specific, whatever the case is, right? And shout out to the Patreon family that went through that move with me. It was wild. 2 o'clock downloads, you know, the readings from the car. It was cool. But I just thank you guys for just doing that journey with me. And I thank you guys, the tribe, for just being patient and sending me your love, guys. Seriously. That positive energy really did a lot to propel me forward. Believe it or not. All right, let's get into prayer. Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now in particular, please allow me to communicate clearly with the collective sign of Virgo, the messages that are in their greatest good, surrounding their material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to them, their personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, for everything you do for me and the collective on a regular. All the healing energy, the support, the love, the guidance, and the protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you. So glory be to the Most High forever and ever. Amen. I did see the King of Cups. All right. The 5 cards came out during your prayer. We've got the 7 of Wands. Shout out to Cynthia Harrison, the Honest Truth Tarot. She's got a new edition version. It's beautiful. She kept the Emperor the same, though. You got the Emperor, number 4. You got the Ace of Cups, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Swords. I'm also reading this as 444, 444. So if you guys are seeing 444, there could be a message just specifically at this beginning part here. It's speaking about stabilizing after a time of instability, after a tower moment, after the rug has been pulled from somebody, after harsh realizations and truths have come in that have broken somebody's heart. I feel like the reality of a situation has broken somebody's heart, but really what it did was break the instability, the poor foundation that the heart was sitting on, right? The karmic energy. It wasn't supportive of your heart chakra. So it just seems like there was illusions that were torn down, and there is an energy that has restabilized themselves. 444, restabilized is what I'm gathering. So that's really good energy. For some of you in relationships, your masculine energy, whether male or female, the masculine energy was really torn down. For some of you, there was a masculine energy that lost their job, and there was a bit of an identity crisis. Maybe they had been in that field for a really long time, maybe were hoping to retire there, and instead of retiring, were let go. There was some kind of rock in the reality that got somebody to question who they are and how they provide stability to themselves, and how that was even karmic, right? Because I think that there's somebody who wrapped up a karmic cycle abruptly with career, meaning whatever it was, whatever job that they got fired from, whatever this is, they'll never do this again. This was divine. This was not like, this is somebody never going into this career path or working in this environment or in this capacity ever again. It's not just a switch here that I'm seeing. So somebody is redefining themselves because of what has occurred in career. It's like who am I now? If I'm not this, if I'm not doing this anymore, then who am I now? So somebody's ego heavily relied on their career or what they did for money. And now if that's no longer the case, then they are reflecting, like, who am I now? What do I love? If I can't do what I love anymore, or what I used to love, I no longer love anymore, who am I now? What are my heart's desires now? And then it looks like there's somebody who then figures that out in this healing process, gains the stability, and then gets the courage to actually go after it. So I'm just seeing, like, it's almost like, you know, when, like, I don't know if you've ever, like, been running and, like, or were on something and you fell and then you hop back up. Like, there's almost like you tumble so hard that you're back on your feet and you've got, like, scrapes and shit, but you're standing there. It's like that energy. Somebody hit the ground, tumbled, and are standing back up going, I feel that. Somebody, I'm hearing a quick turnaround. Oh, that could be in the workplace too. There could be a lot of turnaround at this time. But why would there be? I'm hearing quick turnaround. I don't know. Let's keep going though. Let's see what else beautiful Virgo gets for the month of May. I'm seeing somebody stand up for love. I'm seeing somebody feel heartbroken about. It's weird. Somebody's heartbroken, and there's somebody, for some of you, Virgo, there's somebody standing up for their love for you, and you don't even know it. So for some of you, you're broken up with somebody, and they are actively defending you or standing up to anybody who, so if they're talking about wanting to reconcile with you, get back together, whatever the case is, and they're not getting support, because at this point, it's not like they're confused about it. It's they want support to do what it is the Emperor knows they want to do. So this is the Emperor. This is what we're going to do. So who's going to help me with this? That's the Emperor's energy, not should I do this? No, the only person the Emperor will go to, whether male or female, for advice is its consigliere, which is the High Priestess or the High Priest. Same as the Empress, right? Because they're the leader. Like, it wouldn't make any sense, right? So I'm just, I'm seeing that there is, some of you are going to let go of, some of you have let go of a lot of people, but there is an energy that wants to fight for love, and there is someone within their friend group that isn't supporting the direction in love that they want to go into. They're getting dropped. Like, this Emperor's like, so you're not going to support what I already told you I'm going to do? So you got to go. Like, it's, like I said, the Emperor was rocked. I don't even know if whoever this energy was ever the Emperor prior to this. They might have thought they were, but they were really the Seven of Wands. I feel like somebody evolved here and is not, it's like somebody realizes what the Emperor really is now. It's not so much about physical strength. It's about like a dominance, a spiritual unwavering. That's why I say it's regardless of male or female, because we all need to be sturdy spiritually. Okay, no different than we all need to be able to nurture and develop our new timelines. Okay, there's no gender roles in the new timelines. Men have to be able to nurture, women have to be able to get it done, forge, all that shit. Like, it's a balancing here. So I'm just seeing there's energy here. I am getting it is a masculine, just because there's a masculine and a feminine here. I just feel like there's this feminine here that just feels, I feel like there's a feminine who's had to do the Emperor. She's had to be the Emperor for herself. So I don't think Virgo, I don't think some of you realize there's somebody sticking up for you behind the scenes. I don't think you realize the kind of support you do need outside of yourself that you might not be open to because of how far you brought yourself alone. Coming into union with your masculine, feminine energy, you might not, and if you did come into union, then it's just a little bit of an ego of yourself, male and masculine, feminine energy, then this is just a little ego check, in the sense of you need to purge the pain that makes you think that you had to become into union with yourself because you're meant to be alone. Yeah. That's going to get you to devalue this, any other, whether it's masculine's a feminine energy, feminine to the masculine, regardless, it's not valuing that other part of you being presented exteriorly to you because you've had to be it alone. If that makes any sense. I don't know, because some of you, I don't know, but these messages are for those that it does dawn on and resonate with, right? But we know this. This isn't, we're far enough in the timelines. Like, I don't even do some of the intros here. Like, I don't feel like we should have to explain certain things now. I know. I'm like an old lady. No, that's too much. It's a lot. There's a lot going on with the moon. 8 of Wands. 8 of Cups. For some of you, there's somebody who walked away from you and they're going to explain why they had to take time away from you. And I don't know how you're going to feel about that. I don't even know if you want to reconnect to even hear it, because I'm not sure of how the situation got estranged. For others of you in the workplace, I'm seeing that you guys stood up for something in the workplace there was some kind of faith that was exuded here in the workplace to stand up for, I'm hearing stand up for your rights. Yeah, somebody stood up. Some of you Virgos stood up for something in the workplace and said, I don't give a fuck if you fire me. Some of you guys were hard body, because I think some of you guys knew that you were at the end of a karmic cycle with career anyways, and you just didn't know how it looked. So some of you went up against the employer and said, I'm standing up. This is some bullshit. I don't like this. This isn't right. Whatever. Yeah, some of you guys stood up against the employer. And I think you guys have people that back you up, because the 3 of Pentacles is teamwork. Planning. I think there's other people that some of you are defending your team. Some of you are fighting to get this employer not to fire people. Like, for some of you, you're in leadership positions and your higher up is telling you need to let go of certain team members, and you're fighting and saying this is not the appropriate time. I can't do this. If they go, I go. Some of you are looking at your employer and saying, you fucking do it. I ain't doing that shit. That's not right, says Virgo. That's not right. Somebody put up something hot to the Emperor. Or for others, this is the Emperor after the Emperor was knocked down and heartbroken and had to heal. The uprising of this Emperor isn't a game. It's so hot. Malaiki. I do. All right. Let's keep going. Cynthia kills me with her Emperor. Like, she just kills me. Like, she went and found like the hottest. It's like, if I'm gonna do the Emperor, I'm gonna do my Emperor. I'm gonna do. You kill me. If you guys want to see the links for the decks and stuff, I'm just copy and pasting. Like, instead of like doing, because I use different decks for all of them, so I'll just put a list for you guys. Yeah, Page of Wands. Some of you guys get good news. Some of you guys thought you were going to be fired because of something you said, something you stood up for. Some of you just stood up for yourself. And you did it. You took a leap on faith when the divine said to stand up and not be afraid. Because a lot of you didn't stand up before because you were so comfortable in whatever material comfort that you got. So you were in still that like slave mentality with regards to your employer. You did not trust your abilities, your Emperor employer energy, to be able to forge, cultivate, and unlock abundance elsewhere. Then you do that. Some of you are awakening to your own employer energy. Everybody has this energy, right? The leader, the employer energy. Guys, this energy, your Emperor energy, is going to get you to look at every employer. I don't care if you work at Tim Hortons. Okay, you're going to look at your employer and be like, how can you serve me? How are you going to help me Do my morals and values fall in line with this Tim Hortons, or should I go to another Tim Hortons? Says the Emperor. Like, I don't care where you're at, because some people look at the Emperor and they're like, I'm not an employer and I'm not a man, so this doesn't identify to me. This is the problem, because then you'll get in codependent relationships where you seek this outside of yourself, right? This is what we're not doing anymore, going into independent coexistent timelines, right? Congratulations to those that are manifesting their new beginnings on their new timelines. We're all gonna get there, guys. Don't worry, I'll be all fucked up with timing. We all get to the same fucking place. It's like the divine, it's like herding cattle. Okay? And the angels are the dogs. Right? Like, let's go, people. Like, you know, we get there when we get there, trust. All right? 3 more cards. Let's see what else we get to wrap up May. I don't know why it feels like these will be more to the end of May, and another ace. This is what I'm saying, guys. This is, I believe this ace is how you're reflecting. I believe that you guys cultivate new relationships. I believe you guys end karmic cycles with relationships that exist already that are going to be very different moving forward. I see these aces and these pages as manifestations of your new timeline. And the Ace of Pentacles is actually being presented as a 3 of Pentacles, which we know could be a contract. So it's a contractual agreement that also, so for some of you, it's needing to be mindful of committing yourself. When you're looking at options, right? Because take away the Ace of Pentacles, you have the 2 of Pentacles, juggling the options. When you're looking at the options, you need to look at the options and how they stack up and how they support and how they reflect your new timeline. It's so important. I don't know how to stress that, guys, because there are going to be things that you manifest that are a reflection of the old one. It just is. I see it all over the place. People, some of you guys, because both are going to feel new. The option, the opportunity to commit to the old and new timeline, both of them are going to feel new because somehow there's an ace energy marking it. But it's new how? New because you're at the beginning and it's a new, that's what I'm saying. For some of you, it's going into new relationships, but they are reflections of the old partner you had, which you will find out as you embark. But do you see how I'm saying, like, it doesn't even matter, because some of you are going around the karmic cycle all over again. But it doesn't matter. You're still going to end up learning the full scope of this lesson and at a position again where you're going to say, God's going to say, are you ready for the new timeline yet? Like, do you see it yet? Are you ready to invest in it? Because this is the magician energy, the pentacle, the sword, the cup, and the wand. And I told you guys, all parts of you. This is the earth, air, wind, fire in you that you put in. Like the native Indians showed us how we invest. They were showing us how to manifest from like a real natural perspective. And I just feel like tarot represents what this ancient knowledge already was speaking of. That's why these suits can be reflected back in the elements. It's putting all the parts of you, your time, energy, resources, your truth, your love, and your passion, desire into whatever it is you believe in. And some of you don't believe in the new timeline, so you believe more in the karmic cycle, so you're going to manifest a new experience, but it comes to the same results. It brings the same lesson about, you just understand it better. And then for others of you, this has nothing to do with your old timeline. It's brand spanking new, and some of you are just uncomfortable. Some of you are just feeling very vulnerable being the student again. Being out of a sense of control because of what's coming in and the newness of it. Part of the reason why I love traveling, and I've traveled, I've been around, right? I went and taught school in Mexico. I've been to the Dominican, Jamaica. I've been around, right? But I usually go into I like to be in villages and towns. I don't like to stay, when I go to Jamaica, I stay in the country, in the family home. I never stayed in the resort, right? Why I like that though, even when I went to Mexico to teach, I was by myself. You have to humble yourself. You have to humble yourself and observe the way people do things, because you are in an environment different than where you are accustomed. So even taking the powerful Emperor energy out of his comfort zone will make him feel vulnerable, maybe defensive. Some of you, I think, are going into your new timeline feeling a little bit skeptical. Is it really the new timeline? Take time to figure it out. Reveal that. Does it feel different? Does it yield different result? Like there's a consciousness. Some of you, but that's why I don't need to really counsel you on that, because if you're awakened and you're manifesting your new timeline from a conscious place, you're going to be already doing that, looking at it, identifying if it's a reflection of who you are now or if it's a reflection of who you were before. It's the semi-awakened, unawakened people that are not sure, and it's okay, because the fact of the matter is if you have lessons to learn, there's nothing inside of you that's going to stop you from picking and manifesting on your karmic cycle. Nothing. You didn't do anything wrong. Nothing. You have to learn these lessons. You have to. It's just the way it works. So some of you need to not beat yourself up, because some of you just became awakened going on this karmic cycle again, realizing, oh my God, I've been here before. As a matter of fact, this is what my parents did and their parents did. And oh my God, I swore I wouldn't do the same thing. And oh my God, here we are. That's why you were drawn to this karmic cycle, because it would wake you the fuck up. For some of you, this is somebody you're looking at. For some of you, there could be a reconciliation of a partner that you were in separation with for a long time. The fact of the matter is they went and they were in a whole different relationship outside of you to learn very, very painful lessons that the fact of the matter is you wouldn't want to learn it with them. No. Some of you, sometimes it's hard to quantify what love is. Sometimes love is staying the fuck away from somebody because you know you're no good, or you know that you have painful lessons. Someone's like Queen of Swords, just chill out. I'm a Cancer, but I'm whatever I want to be. I'm in my Hierophant energy this month, absolutely. And I was in Aries energy last month, leading my new timeline. I'm like, pandemic? Do you deliver? Like, I was just like, drop it up the sidewalk then. You don't even have to come inside. Just drop the shit. Like, I was shifting and moving, man. Anyways, that was just a message within itself. What is that? The Ace of Wands. I'm getting a little bit of a makeup to breakup situation here, possibly an 8 to 10 year cycle of making up to break up, but both people have dated people in between. This is somebody wanting to have one more go. And I'm looking at somebody who I think is completely done with the situation. Like they in their mind have said, I'm done with that karmic cycle, which you are done with this karmic cycle. But if this person has truly transformed and they return, then it isn't your old cycle being presented to you. It would be a new one. You would just have to forgive and let go of the loss in the past, right? So that can be very tricky. Because for a group of you, you are on your new timeline, but there is someone from the past returning. You, though, have to be able to identify the same transformation that occurred in you in somebody else to determine if they are a reflection of your new timeline or if they're just a reflection of your karmic. Because at the middle of the spread is the fact of the matter is, regardless if they're karmic or the new timeline, you're going to have a desire to find out. There is a connection. There is some kind of attraction, right? Regardless of how emotionally shut down, I don't know, man. And then there's the Queen of Wands. I see a reconciliation with somebody you used to be with that you are not with anymore. Who is, wow. And then the Empress. There's a lot going on. I am getting a reconciliation. And if it is, guys, this is a tough one. Okay, this is a massive karmic lesson. for both people involved, about forgiveness, about unconditional love, about, it's like all their individual karmic cycles are coming together to wrap up the karmic cycle between them. This is for the bloodline. Even if they don't stay together in the future, they'll never go back to the way they were. They would have forever impacted each other and the way they live out sex, love, and relationships, the way they do anything really, because essentially it's the emperor and the empress that is reconciling here. They were the king and queen of wands. They were a karmic energy to each other. They both ascended, came into union with themselves to now stand individually as the emperor and the empress. It's the twins. You know, I don't speak too much about that shit because me personally, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just reading for you guys. Okay? And I see a reconciliation of the twins. And this is going to be so fucking difficult. You guys all want reconciliations. The reason why a lot of people want reconciliations is because they want to tell the person, fuck you. I knew you shouldn't have left me. You should have picked me. Go fuck yourself and done. A lot of you guys want reconciliations with people you don't even want. You would just end up rejecting them so that they could feel some of the pain that they made you feel when they rejected you. I'm not talking about that. Okay, I'm talking about a real reconciliation where there was always love between these people and they ached when they were apart and they went from very tough lessons with the partners that they dated when they were apart, but there was always a connection that stayed true between them. They grew and ascended apart through their love for each other, only for God and the divine to bridge the gap between them. So I see the divine supporting the reconciliation here. Why? For further lessons and ascension and development. What you think? I think the divine's just doing this for a good time. They're like, now that you guys are together, what can you do for us? Oh, they're better equipped. 4 hands, better than 2. Let's go. Like, yeah, that's how the divine, you know, the divine doesn't like when I say things like spiritually bang bang and pimping us out and stuff, but it's from a lower vibration, sometimes it's what it feels like. But from a higher vibration, is there anything better, any other better work to do out here than create heaven on earth, you know? Anyway, we're going to go and wrap up this spread with the Sufi Oracle. That was fast. My beautiful Virgos, I missed you guys. Okay, like, share, subscribe. Leave your comments. Talk to me about the energies, what you guys have been through in the past 2 months. I'll be good to get in the comments. I'm going to take some time because I missed you guys and I want to chat. I'll go live and stuff, but I want to, sometimes even the lives are hard to read the comments and catch up after read so fast, right? So I like being in the comments and connecting with you guys and stuff. So tell me how you guys are feeling, what you're going through, if these readings resonate. And if they don't, that's cool too. But yeah, anyways, let's just wrap up your spread with an oracle. All right. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels. And something about August. Something about August. It's divine. Whoa. Something about August. Union of love. Embrace the beloved within your heart. That's beautiful. And then time to play. I'm getting a couple of things. I feel like we are going to be lifted from any lockdown situation in August. And I think because it's more at the end of summer, everyone is going, I believe that August and September are going to be very celebratory months because of people not being able to do, like engage and like have fun and like party and do what they usually play, essentially. Make time to dance and play. Yeah, that's what I think. Everybody's going to be out partying. So we'll read both of them real quick. Ah, there it is. We'll read time to play first. Okay. Make time to dance. Dance when you're broken open. Dance if you've torn the bandage off. Dance in the middle of the fighting. Dance in your blood. Dance when you're perfectly free. Rumi. Rumi comes to remind you that play and developing a more playful attitude are not only enjoyable but essential to good mental health. This change plays an important role in building strong, healthy relationships by bringing people closer to you, creating positive bonds, and resolving conflicts and disagreements. If you are looking for a new relationship, playfulness and humor can be effective tools, not just for attracting others, but also to help overcome insecurity and feeling of embarrassment that might have arisen in your past encounters. Oh, dear one, do not limit your own joy by being self-conscious and overly concerned about how you'll look and sound to others when you attempt to be lighthearted. There is no reason to be worried that being playful will make you look ridiculous. Reclaim your inner child by setting aside regular quality time to have fun. The more lighthearted you are, the easier it becomes. Sparkle your life with more fun things that make you lose yourself in the moment, beloved. You need to play, especially when you believe you are too busy. Why not start now? The great Oracle Rumi encourages you to be in love with your life no matter what you are doing. When you remember to dance, you feel joy. Plan to do something playful, be spontaneous, set aside your inhibitions, and do something fun that you haven't done for a long time. The mantra, I'm in love with life. There is always time to play, always time for fun, and always time for love. All right? And then union to love. What a great way to wrap up your spread, guys. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Some of you guys are like, I'm not waiting till August for union. You guys don't, this is because you guys don't understand what union means. You guys can reconnect with somebody next month and be in conflict with them for the next 2 months and not come into the kind of union you've been manifesting with somebody you're in contact with for months. You guys look at reconciliation. For those that look at reconciliation as making contact with somebody, that's about your limitations surrounding what you really want to come into reconciliation with. Like it's shooting below. I don't know. I'm going to stop with that. Okay. Embrace the beloved within your heart. I'm in love with no one other than myself, and my very separation is my union. I am my beloved and my lover. I am my knight and my maiden. Ebeni Arabi. Sufis are lovers of God. It is the longing for the beloved that draws them into connection with their heart. When the lover becomes fully aware of the true self, he loses all worldly sense of the self in love. He opens his heart to receive love, and when love enters, he becomes powerful and does impossible things. This union of love means feeling the constant presence of the beloved. When the individual soul dissolves in the soul, whatever happened to the beloved also happens to the lover. It doesn't matter if the experience is one of joy or one of sadness. In the state of oneness, even pain can be transformed into pleasure. Dear one, you cannot go after love. You can spend a lifetime in search of it outside of yourself and never get it until you realize it's inside your own heart. Instead of trying to find those who would love you, develop the attraction that could charm lovers. This way, life is exciting in every moment because you're always finding new ways of making yourself more attractive. When love becomes your power, you will begin to make changes in your life that encourage your view to always include the one you love in the way you see things. You will soon be a witness to the most amazing and wonderful transformation in your life. The mantra, I am allowing the power of love to build in my heart to draw and attract others to me. I am creating ways to express the wonder of being, of love, and joy. All right, guys, that is your spread, my beautiful Virgos. I love you. All right. Like, share, subscribe, personal readings, Patreon, all of that's below. Okay. And until the next time I see you, keep letting your inner angels live. Mwah. Ciao.